Gen X, we got a situation, and I'm gonna need you guys' help to kind of figure this one out. So here's what we got going on. It has come to my attention that some Gen Zers out there are claiming that they identify as Gen X. I had to take a second and think about this because, you know, with pronouns and all this other stuff, who cares? But this one, some of them might actually have a valid point. And I need you guys to let me know if I'm right in this situation. So let me give you a little backstory real quick. Myself, I have 5 brothers, 6 boys in all. 4 of them boys, men, are Gen X. 2 of them are Gen Z, 1983 and 1985, my youngest 2 brothers. So as we're having this conversation, they more identify as Gen X than they do Gen Z, but as you can see, they both grew up with 4 Gen X brothers in one household. So after you know, having this little discussion, I came up with a test that I can give Gen Z to see if you really identify as Gen X. Now, this test consists of 25 questions, and all my Gen Xers in the comments, you guys can add questions in the comments because you guys had the greatest questions. I done read through some of y'all comments and I've been dying on the floor for days. But this is how we're gonna start it. Out of these 25 questions, and I might have some bonus questions at the end, but I wanna see if you know what these things are or you had them around you as a kid growing up. You need 10 of these questions right out of the 25, and then my Gen Xers in the comments are actually going to give more questions because it's going to be funny to see what they say. So we're going to start this off. Oh, and subscribe to the channel and like the video because I want to get 100,000 subscribers to get that little thing. But we'll see if it happens. All right, so if you like the video, subscribe, like, share, do all that stuff that everybody on YouTube tell you to do. Question number 1. Who is this guy? What is his slogan? And a real Gen Xer would know, on that TV show, what was he most afraid of? I know this, didn't even have to think about it. But there's 2 answers to his name. You can use his real name or his TV name. Either one of those would pass, and then you got to get his slogan and what was he most afraid of, right? The next one, I'm just going to show a picture, and as soon as I show the picture, if you don't know what this is, then we just gonna have to kick you out the group. And here's the picture. All right. The next one, rotary phone. If you didn't have a rotary phone in your kitchen with a cord that spread all the way to the living room, you probably won't pass this test. So we just gonna, the rotary phone, if you know, you know. Next, if you didn't have a metal lunchbox going to school, then I don't think you could pass this test. But if you did have one and you had the matching thermos, extra credit point. I'll give you extra credit point. All right, let's go to number 5. This was the biggest TV show out at the time for our parents. And I'm gonna show a picture of this guy and the headline. And if you don't know what show this is, skip it. Here you go. All right, number 6. If you didn't grow up with bear traps on your bike, my bad. If you didn't grow up with these pedals on your bike or have scars to show for it, you're not gonna pass this test. You gotta have scars on your knees when your feet slip off, because you know these things will cut you up, or rode a bike with these pedals. Number 7. What happened to these guys when they get wet? And these are just answers that's just you're gonna answer these questions with no problem. All right. Number 8, if you never went to the store and test drive shoes. What I mean by test drive, you thought that your new shoes made you faster, so you tried on a different pair and ran down the aisle to see which ones made you faster as a kid. You won't pass the test. This is all common knowledge for Gen X. And granted, these are in no particular order. Number 9, as a teen, you got your first job and you bought a beeper. We know when that was our technology back then. The beepers, then you upgraded to the beeper with the colors on them. And then you probably got a sidekick, because sidekicks was our version of the flip, what do you call them things? Whatever y'all using today. The sidekick phone was the greatest. But if you had a beeper, then we got to put you in that list. All right, let's go to number 10. If you got in trouble at school, and then you got a whooping from your mom when you got home, it's not the bad part. But then when your dad came home, you got another whooping for the same crime, basically. So if you got 2 whoopings for the same thing by both your parents, then that'll be extra credit point. Extra credit, automatic. All right, number 11. If you took all the pillows and sheets in the house and you made a fort in the living room. By fort, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you have no idea. Somebody might call it a different name, but you had to have pillow and sheet castles in the living room at one point in your life. That's number 11. Number 12, this is a good one. I did this. If you played tackle football in the street, then you had to move out the way when the cars came, and then y'all just started the game like it was nothing. Full tackle football in the street with the whole neighborhood. That's number 12. If you did it, you did it. Now here's a good one. If you know the theme song to My Buddy, show a picture. You know the theme song to My Buddy? Yeah, that'll get you some points right there. Because you need 10 of these. All right, 10 of these. Next one. I need you to name 2 characters from the Thundercats. 2 characters from the Thundercats. You got to have that. 2. Just 2. 2 will suffice. All right. Where are we at? Number 15. If one of the greatest days in your life was when you got karate shoes and some nunchucks. A lot of us had those. So if you had karate shoes in your arsenal and some nunchucks, you'll pass that question. Number 16. If the first meal that you ever cooked by yourself on a stove was grilled cheese or fried bologna sandwiches. So if your first meal was grilled cheese or fried bologna sandwich, then you gonna be part of the club. But the follow-up question to that is, can you sing the theme song to Oscar Mayer Wieners? That's a good one. Y'all didn't think I was gonna say that, huh? That's a good one. All right, next. Number 17. If you ever been to Kmart, if you've ever been to a Kmart store, then you'll get that question right. All right. What are we at? Number 18. If before you left the house, your parents always made sure that you had 2 dimes or a quarter to call them if you get stranded somewhere using a payphone. Gen Xers know what this is all day long. So you couldn't leave the house without change to use a payphone to call your parents. That's gonna get you a point right there. Where are we at? Number 19. If this was your first computer, Bring back memories, don't it? Then you'll pass that question. Number 20. If you lost your mind when you heard the ice cream truck coming. If you lost your mind when the ice cream truck coming and then it took you too long to get some change and you had to chase it, you are definitely a Gen X and you will pass that question also. All right, number 21. If you ever had a slot car track growing up, slot car, Tyco, RCA, what is it? TCR, AFX. If you had any of these slot car tracks growing up, then we'll make you an honorary part of the Gen X club. Some of y'all have them now. I have them now. So it is what it is. All right. 22. If you've ever been dropped off at the movie theater and you were under 12 years old. Dropped off at the movie theater, under 12 years old. And remember, you had to have that quarter on you to call when the movie got done. Then you might be part of the club. All right, let's see, we're going to 23. If you ever had one of these in your house, ever, at any point in time, we're going to give you a point. Definitely going to give you a point on that. 24. If you know what this means, after you took a picture, if you know what this means and where it came from, you get a point. And number 25. This is a tough one. Today, this moment in time, if you put on Phil Collins Against All Odds and you feel some kind of way about that song now and you're in our 40s and 50s, definitely a Gen X. So you need 10 of those questions right, and then we might have to submit the application for you to be an honorary Gen X. Now, I'm gonna put up 2 pictures, and you need to know exactly where they came from. And these are 2 bonus questions. So, picture number 1. And picture number 2. So now, all my Gen Xers, do you agree with these questions, or should we do another one with some other questions? I'll do another one and take comments from you guys to see what you guys think, because that's going to be the best part of this whole thing, is all of these questions, because believe it or not, it seemed like even from other countries, from reading the comments, all of us Gen Xers pretty much grew up the same. Different lingo, different techniques, but pretty much the same exact way. And that's why I think most of us truly identify with each other. So let me know what questions you guys want to ask. Like and subscribe to the channel. And all you Gen Zers out there, if you can answer these questions, then we're going to write an application for you to go ahead and be a part of the club. Because when it go down, y'all going to need us too. I'm Toxic Rides, and I'm out. Thank you for watching.